Alright, so we're starting the journey to Miami about a half hour late because for some reason my alarm didn't go off. So I got my cereal for the road. We're about to go rip out of here and hopefully not get there too late. So it's like a 4-hour drive. Shulman's driving. I'm really out of it. I need coffee, but we don't have time. That's a Red Bull. Here you go, dog.
I literally could not drink anything. Oh man, you're gonna.
I also got you your favorite. Oh, yeah. He's so excited. I've been sleeping a lot. I'm tired.
It's moist outside.
It's a little more than that. If that's what you call moist, I don't know what you call wet, dog. Alright, so a little bit of a background on Active Auto Work. This is pretty cool to me. I've actually never physically been there. I've met a lot of the guys when it came down to Homestead for a BMW event forever ago, but they have always been like the legit BMW company that I looked up to because they used to always be supercharged in the E92 M3s, and that was like one of my dream builds at a time. And I don't know, I've been following them on Instagram and talking to them for a while, so getting to like go and see their shop in person, I'm pretty excited. You gonna come home with a BMW, Shulman?
Nah.
No?
No, I can't.
More of a Subaru type of guy?
Sadly, yeah.
Yeah, very sad. F in the chat for Shulman.
Yeah.
Dang, this place is sick. Man, that Ignite smells good. So we've been hanging out with David. He's been kind of giving us a tour around the place, and it's now time to throw the car in the dyno. The biggest difference you'll notice right away. I've been used to dynos in Connecticut and in Orlando. Check out how many fans we got. Oh wait, there's more. Makes Shulman look like a small little boy. I'm a little bit nervous about what we're gonna make for power because I know it'll make whatever we want, and the ball's in my court, so whatever I want it to make, they'll make it. They're not telling me that I should keep it at a certain number. They're, whatever you want, man, so I don't know. I don't want to blow it up on the dyno, but it's possible. This is my friend David from Active.
What's up, guys?
He's my go-to guy when it comes to everything here, and he's also a drifter, so we're on the same wavelength. And what he's pulling up for us right now is a quick comparison of what the car made before with the old turbo at pretty much the same boost. And this is the low boost setting, was about like 23 pounds?
Yeah, about 23 roughly.
So we've got a significantly larger compressor now, and my exact goal of having about the same spool looks like we hit. So maybe even spooled a little bit faster, but at about 23 pounds, we're making, what is it, an extra like 60 wheel, 70 wheel?
70 wheel, yeah.
So I would say 100% this car will make 800. Would you agree?
I think so.
If it made 750 before at 30 pounds, I think it'll definitely pick up an extra 50. So, question is, will the engine take it?
I guess we're about to find out.
One of my big concerns is that we were gonna make a lot more torque with this turbo, and we did pick up a little bit, but my biggest concern is that we're gonna make too much torque and bend a rod, so we might need to play with the way that the boost ramps in, but it looks like we're targeting pretty good for a nice simple 800 wheel right now. The tuner here, Nick's been making a bunch of revisions, just trying to make sure everything's super dialed before we turn up the boost. But I think we're at that point where we might be able to turn it up pretty soon. hard than the Zona, but look at how it just keeps on pulling and pulling and pulling. This torque almost isn't even dropping off at all, which is a sign that we still have a lot left in this turbo. So this right now is in Mustang mode, and I guess they have a Dyno jet mode, which is comparable to other dynos. So I guess we would add like 11%, which puts us right around 740 right now. So we're about making what we did on the old turbo with way more room to go. While we're waiting for the car to cool down between hits, I want to take a quick second to let you guys know that we are actually doing double entries for the rest of the Super giveaway. It ends on the 15th, that's less than a week. We just dropped a bunch of new merch. Follow the link in the description, check it out. So every $5 you spend on merch will get you now 2 chances to win the Supra. And no, it didn't change color. This is actually Active Auto Works Supra that they are doing development on. So these guys fab up some of the best exhausts in the BMW market, and they've been using this Supra to develop some exhaust and tuning solutions. So they do a lot of tuning here, race cars, M3s, M4s. They do race support for some really crazy builds. They know what they're doing. This isn't just like your average street car shop. So that's why I drove so far down here, because they're one of the few people that I can trust with tuning my baby. So if we compared this to the last numbers on the Dyno Jet, we would be right about at 750. Let's boost up more. David after that pull, because I had earplugs in, I was like, yo, was someone hitting an air compressor mid-pull? And he was like, maybe. But then the car started misfiring, and I was like, crap, did we bend a rod or something? But it was just one of the lines popped off the manifold, and I was hearing this gnarly shh. This line keeps popping off. We're gonna have to do something. Redo this clip or zip tie it on. I stole one off another car, the thing that leaked. It was like a broken clamp, because it happened again. So we're gonna see it made like 750 with the leak. So I think the thing's gonna make some serious power. We hit about 780, which is right close to where I want to be, but it started to have a couple misses, which is very weird. We're getting in the danger territory now. This might be over 32 pounds of boost. So, fingers crossed. I want to make 800. So we have it in Dyno Jet mode now, which are the numbers that everyone knows. So let's see what she does. So David lifted. Maybe the miss will go away on the second hit again. What did it hit for boost? So I think we're actually maxing out the load on the dyno right now. So we had to turn off the load. Let's see what that does. god. Yo.
What? No level.
Is that correct? We might want to turn it down a little bit. Hey, we're under 700 torque though, right? Oh my god, it's not even on the graph. Is that correct?
I don't know. We're at 854, 687. It's because the load's off, to be honest.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
All right. So this might not be correct. What I don't get though is why didn't boost go up on that last one?
I don't know.
Because we turned it up.
Yeah, we turned it up, but the turbo's not out of air.
So for some reason it's coming on so hard that the dyno's putting on the brakes.
Yeah, I think we're at the torque limit right now.
That's crazy. You guys don't hit the torque limit though with like the other M3s or M4s?
No.
Really?
Not like that.
So, before we could break our rods, we broke the dyno.
Before, I would say that if you took it to a dyno jet, it would make around 770.
We're kind of at a weird crossroads where we can run it without the load in dyno jet, and I think it's probably actually making over 800 with the boost that we're running, but the numbers are weird and it seems too high. So I say we just go through, make sure the correction factor's okay, run it again, because we can't run it with the load on. It keeps maxing out.
We'll leave it in the Mustang mode, we'll turn the brake off, and see what it does.
We'll leave it at 32 pounds on a big turbo on a completely stock engine. That's pretty nutty.
It's a lot.
Yeah, so if this were a baby turbo, that wouldn't be that much, but like, this thing's big. This is the same turbo I run on my S15 that made 1,000 wheel at the same boost. So that's a lot. But I say we run it once more, make sure it doesn't do any weird misfires, hiccups, and then down the road, I can always just throw it on another dyno if we know the tune's good. So yeah. I've got access to plenty of dynos, so.
Cool. I'm excited to see what it makes.
Yeah, me too. We can go over to Titan's dyno, because that's where I do all like my S15 and all my other cars, so we'll know it as like a good benchmark.
Sure.
And like, I mean, we could probably raise the boost more, but I say we just leave it at 32 pounds.
Yeah, enjoy it finally.
Yeah, for real, let's drive it instead of blow it up. Probably make it a little bit less because of heat soak, but let's see what she does.
756.
756? Oh, we were in Mustang mode?
Yeah, we're in Mustang mode.
Yeah, so the numbers are relevant. For the sake of the video title, I'm going to say we made 800 because I think maybe, I don't know. But do you think it's fair enough to say if we made 750 on the last turbo at 30 pounds, that on this turbo at 32 pounds with a bigger compressor?
Yeah, real close on it.
It's basically 800. I'll have to prove it to you guys. We'll take it to Titan's dyno because I have to go there to pick up some stuff anyway, so.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah. Seems really healthy though. Sounds good. No timing pulse. I know.
Well, it's dry out to go run on the street, see how it feels.
I know. It'd be a good way to lose my license in Miami. Just again to reiterate, making more power wasn't necessarily the goal as much to go over to a little bit bigger turbo, work it a little bit less, and hopefully have a little bit more reliability with lower IATs. Hopefully the new coil packs will help with the reliability and no breakups or weird timing pulls or anything. But he's overlaying right now the graph of the last time in the dyno jet mode to this time in the dyno jet mode, so we can hopefully see a good difference between the Zona rotor and the 3584. And now I think the Zona rotor would be comparable to a like 3582 Garrett. Maybe a little bit bigger than that. You have the 3582 on the other car that used to be on a Zona, right? Would you say that's like pretty similar? So we're kind of looking at like the difference between the 82 and the 84?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
The other car definitely, it picked up a little bit more on the low end as far as cool time, but it didn't keep ramping up. It kind of plateaued at power and then leveled off. Where this car looks like it wants to rev to 8 grand.
Can I film that other car? Is that okay? Do you think the owner will care?
I'll take it.
So they have another car here that actually PSI built way back. What was it? Probably like 5 or 6 years ago?
Yeah, probably 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah.
Like early motive kit, 335. Kind of a very, very similar setup to my car. And some of the stuff on that car I might want to do to mine. So I'll show you guys and like kind of give you an idea how cool that car is. That guy just put a new N54 in his car, didn't he?
Brand new from BMW crate N54 because we slipped the crank hub on the other one. This new one's got the max PSI kit. We haven't had any issues yet.
And that car's a track car. That's sick.
Yep.
So like I said before, torque is what kills these engines, and we, I think, chose the perfect setup for this car, because if you look, we lost a little bit of spool and a little bit of torque. This is the last turbo here, but rather than kind of plateauing, we are pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling. We're not anywhere near the limit of the turbo, which is a good sign for longevity, good sign for IATs, and it should feel absolutely insane up here. So in the range that we drive the car, which is, you know, 7 grand from whatever, 6, we probably picked up an extra, it looks like 100 wheel. So if these numbers are accurate, and I think they are, but we'll confirm on Titan's dyno, this thing is nuts. I'm actually pretty excited because pretty much all my cars are tiny turbo cars, and when you have tiny turbos, you kind of get a massive hit of torque and then it falls down because power kind of either tapers off or starts falling. And here, if you look at the torque, it pretty much stays flat, if not keeps building. So we're going to be pulled in our seat through the entire range. There's gonna be no hit, so it's not gonna feel as like zippy, but up top, it's just gonna pull like nothing else. This is kind of how like an NA car would pull, but obviously it's not gonna feel NA at all. So this is Scott's car, the car I was telling you about that PSI built forever ago. So if you look in the engine bay, this does have a very similar kit to mine. It used to have a motive kit, very similar setup. This is a brand new N54. But it's got a lot of cool parts on it. I actually did a carbon roof, which Sean from PSI was trying to convince me to do. You have to like cut the roof out and do carbon. But interior wise, this car is really, really neat. He got Recaros, which again, Sean was trying to convince me to do, but this rear seat delete and this half cage is really, really clean. And that's something that I feel like I should probably do in my car, but sometimes it's fun to give people rides in the back seat. So it's a really cool car. It's got some cool parts on it. Got some big brakes. And it's kind of, oh, I think it's got the same wheels as my car too. Those look like BZ Fords, but very, very neat car. Scott, if you're watching this, hopefully we can drive together someday. But he tracks this car, which is really cool. I think it's on our 888s maybe. Ants in your truck, dude?
Don't film.
Why?
No,
dude, they're everywhere,
it's
bro.
Your fault. You bought the big ass Red Bull, alright?
Why do you have ants everywhere, dog?
I killed them all.
They're everywhere, dog. If I come back with ant bites, you're gonna hear it from my lawyer. Yo, what a sick shop. I'm so excited that like, last time my car got shipped down here because I think it was out of the country or something before it went to the Nürburgring. What a cool shop, what an awesome group of people. Very, very happy that I made it here. If you guys are in the Florida area and you need anything BMW related, especially in South Florida, definitely look into Active Auto Work. I know you guys probably already know about them. They're like kind of legendary for all their supercharger stuff. Really good exhausts, and dude, that was a rad shop.
That was fun.
Everyone there was so nice too.
Very professional.
Yo, they give us tacos.
Literally.
That honestly was
hey.
better than the power.
Tacos? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really hot sauce, and then Shulman started crying. I can't take him anywhere. So we're going to look at a car now. I'm not gonna tell you guys anything about it. It'll probably pop up in a month or two if I end up getting it. So is that it for this video? I don't know. Stay tuned. You're still killing ants, dude?
Yes. Sorry.
Side note, David drives an M2 and he's like legit drifted this brand new M2 at the OSW Oval, so that's pretty cool. And
on the wall.
David's a G. Follow David if you want to see more G things. Here's his name, David. You can follow Active Auto Work too if you want to see David do G things on their page. So we made it back from Miami around like 1 AM. It's super late and probably shouldn't, but I'm way, way too excited on the BMW to not drive it. So we're gonna rip it over to my house. I am gonna turn the boost down a little bit because I still have no idea what it's making, and I don't know if it is truly making in the mid to high 800s. That's super, super dangerous. So I'm gonna just turn the boost down to like around 30 pounds, which might still be a lot. I don't know. I just don't want it to blow up right away. So we're gonna have a little fun, and that'll be the last clip. But tomorrow we'll like properly drive it and I'll talk more about it. Tonight's just gonna be a couple hits for fun.